Rian Johnson? No. 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 I'm back. Rhodes Rants on Star Wars. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Join the Rhodes Squadron. Today, let's talk about Rian Johnson. It seems that Rian Johnson, who was at CinemaCon yesterday, made some comments. He was asked a few different questions by a couple of different sources. The first one being Stephen Weintraub of Collider, Frosty. Something else for hashtag Star Wars fans. At Rian Johnson said on the hashtag CinemaCon stage, he was going back to a galaxy far, far away after Knives Out. I think Knives Out comes out in June or July, I'm not sure. And then I watched a video interview from MTV News with Rian Johnson, also from the same event. And Rian Johnson was asked, and number one, he said that he's got no issues, essentially, if JJ retcons his movie. Particularly Rey's parenting situation, parentage, if you would. But the other thing was he said Disney is currently still trying to determine a slate or where to put his movies or where to work them out. He went on to say he was excited for everything that's coming from Star Wars, including the Benioff and Weiss trilogy. Now, I'm not going to get on here and just out and out call Rian Johnson a liar about this trilogy. But when I was in the corporate world, they kind of trained us on certain things that you look at to tell if somebody was frankly lying to you or not. Particularly the people that worked for you, your agents, your representatives. Even if it was for something as you know, rudimentary as are they lying about why they called into work the previous day, right? And are you hanging up on customers, things like that. And you know, I'm watching his face while he's being interviewed, and I just don't know. I don't know what to believe when it comes to Rian Johnson. I still think it speaks volumes that Lucasfilm has not said a solitary thing about his trilogy. However, I believe that they have not said anything because they know it will be horrible publicity if they acknowledge that his trilogy is still happening. Do I think behind the scenes that Lucasfilm is trying to figure out how to get out of this? Yes, I do. I think at least Bob Iger's trying to figure out how to get out of it. Or what to do with Rian Johnson's trilogy. Whether it's put it on Disney Plus. I got an email a long while ago from somebody after they watched a Rian Johnson video. And they told me, listen, and once in a mighty blue moon, I get an email that's a leak, an actual leak. Somebody saw the channel, they liked the video, they have some knowledge of some things and decides to email. And I hope that happens more as the channel grows. But anyway, the point being, they told me that Rian Johnson had a buyout in his contract of around $50 million. And I've said that in previous videos. So in other words, if Disney decided to can him, it would cost them $50 million. And I'm sure the payout to Rian Johnson to actually have him just direct the movies is probably something more like $10 million, $12 million, $15 million. Disney is probably also struggling with the financial aspect of canning Rian Johnson. Okay, not only from the fact that the shill media is going to destroy them if they out and out can Rian Johnson, But they're also looking at the fact that they could have him direct, literally put the effort in and direct 3 movies or 3 properties, and possibly even come out of it cheaper than out and out firing him. Now, this is where I would disagree with Disney and Lucasfilm. I believe they should can him anyway just for public perception. Period. The perception of Star Wars fans, particularly your original trilogy fans. One reason why Star Wars fans are still so irate right now is Kathleen Kennedy's involvement. But the other major issue and why people will not allow themselves to gain any faith in Lucasfilm, even though you got projects like The Mandalorian and the Benioff and Weiss trilogy coming and the Clone Wars coming back, all 3 which I think could end up being really good properties. The reason people will not let their guard down is because Rian Johnson is still employed by Lucasfilm. And they will not publicly acknowledge whether his trilogy is canceled or still going. Although, I still do not believe this trilogy ever sees the light of day, and if it does, it will be a Disney Plus product. It's not going to the theaters. So, you tell me what you think in the comments, Rogue Squadron. Is this Rian Johnson Trilogy still going to happen? If you did not like The Last Jedi and you don't like the current state of Lucasfilm, you tell me in the comments how much it bothers you that Lucasfilm has not officially let Rian Johnson go. It is my number 1 issue with Lucasfilm right now. Is that he technically, far as we know, is still on the books to get this trilogy. If he is not, I don't understand how a lawyer hasn't told him, shut up or we're going to sue you. So there's a good shot this trilogy is still technically happening. Although it may get pushed off 20 years. I think it's interesting that he said they're still trying to find a place to put it. Peace, I'm out. Till next